Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Before we dive in, I hope your day is off to a good start, and if you enjoy heartfelt stories about lives in the spotlight, don't forget to subscribe. Today, we reflect on a moment that captured the hearts of millions, Kelly Ripa's tearful farewell from a show she has hosted for decades. Kelly has been a morning companion, a consistent presence, and a source of warmth and humor for generations of viewers. Her energy and personality have accompanied countless households as people started their day, celebrated small victories, and found comfort in her candidness. But one day she faced the challenging task of saying goodbye, not just to a job, but to a chapter of her life that is intertwined with the daily lives of millions. Her emotions reminded everyone that even public figures have private struggles, deep bonds, and profound attachments that define them beyond the camera. The weight of a public goodbye. Saying goodbye is rarely easy, even in private, but when the entire world is watching, the challenge intensifies. Kelly Ripa has spent decades building a career on connection, humor, and relatability, becoming more than a television host. She became a part of viewers' daily lives. Her farewell resonated because it reflected something universal: the fear of leaving a role that has defined you, the sadness of stepping away from colleagues, routines, and relationships cultivated over years. The audience watching that day could sense the authenticity in her voice and expression. There were no rehearsed cues or polished smiles. The vulnerability she displayed allowed people to witness the human side of fame. For those who grew up with her on television, it wasn't just a goodbye to a show. It was a farewell to a friend whose presence had accompanied countless mornings, milestones, and quiet moments of reflection, giving fans a rare window into her personal courage. A tearful revelation. In the moment that caught everyone's attention, Kelly's usual poised demeanor gave way to visible emotion. Tears flowed freely, revealing the depth of her attachment to the life she was leaving behind. This was not an act or a performance, it was a human being, acknowledging the complexity of change, loss, and transition. Millions of viewers felt the weight of that moment because it mirrored their own experiences of difficult farewells. What made it especially powerful was her authenticity. Kelly did not attempt to mask her feelings with humor or deflection. Instead, she allowed herself to feel openly, demonstrating that it is natural to be overwhelmed by endings, even for someone who has long been admired for composure and grace. Her tears were a reminder that courage is not the absence of emotion, but the willingness to confront it, and that vulnerability, even on a public stage, can be a powerful connector. The bond with her audience. Kelly's relationship with her viewers has always transcended the typical host-audience dynamic. She has shared not only her professional persona, but glimpses of her life, laughter, and small personal anecdotes that made her relatable. This connection is why her farewell felt deeply personal to her audience. Fans didn't just see a celebrity leaving a job, they saw someone who had accompanied them through their own mornings, routines, and milestones. The shared history between host and viewer amplified the emotional weight of her goodbye. People weren't just losing a television personality, they were reflecting on their own daily lives, the comfort of familiarity, and the small rituals that her presence had shaped. This farewell, therefore, wasn't merely a career milestone, it was a collective moment of closure, grief, and gratitude shared across homes and generations. A career of connection. For nearly 2 decades, Kelly has been a morning staple, guiding viewers through laughter, news, and relatable life stories. She has worked alongside co-hosts from Regis Philbin to Ryan Seacrest, creating a brand of warmth that is instantly recognizable. Beyond her professional accomplishments, her genuine care for the audience set her apart, making the show feel intimate rather than staged. Kelly's ability to connect with people on a personal level was apparent in moments of joy, surprise, or candid reflection. Her farewell highlighted the rare phenomenon of a public figure whose life and career have been shared with audiences so fully that leaving a show felt like saying goodbye to friends and family. The depth of that connection was evident in the silent pauses, the collective empathy, and the overwhelming sense of shared loss that rippled through studios and living rooms alike. The emotional toll of leaving. Departing from a career that has been a central part of one's life for decades carries emotional complexity. Kelly openly shared her apprehension about leaving routines, colleagues, and a role that defined her daily existence. The struggle was not simply about stepping away from fame, but about leaving a community that she nurtured, built, and belonged to. Her emotions reflected the universal human experience of change, uncertainty, hesitation, and the bittersweet nature of endings. It reminded viewers that every milestone involves reflection, courage, and acknowledgement of what has been cherished. By allowing herself to show these emotions, she validated the feelings of anyone who has ever faced the challenge of leaving behind something meaningful while taking the first steps toward a new chapter. Family at the core. Throughout her career, Kelly's devotion to her family has remained at the center of her life. During her farewell, she spoke of her husband, Mark, and their children, emphasizing that despite professional achievements, family connection and presence remain the true foundation of her life. Her remarks underscored a universal truth. While careers can bring recognition and success, the relationships nurtured at home are often the most enduring and impactful. Her emphasis on family during her emotional farewell reinforced the importance of balance, love, and prioritizing what truly matters. Viewers witnessed a woman fully aware that her personal life and family bonds are as vital, if not more so, than professional accolades. This candid acknowledgement offered fans a profound reminder of the value of nurturing the people who make life meaningful. The power of vulnerability. Kelly's tearful goodbye illustrated the strength that comes from vulnerability. Public figures are often expected to maintain composure, but in sharing her emotions honestly, she demonstrated that authenticity can resonate more than perfection. Her openness allowed viewers to connect with her humanity and see that even celebrated personalities experience fear, hesitation, and sorrow. This vulnerability created empathy and understanding, reminding audiences that courage sometimes lies in admitting uncertainty and allowing oneself to feel deeply. Kelly's farewell became a shared emotional experience, proving that the impact of television is amplified when authenticity meets human emotion, making her story relatable, inspiring, and profoundly moving. Acknowledging colleagues and community. Throughout her farewell, Kelly expressed gratitude for her co-hosts, production team, and the extended community that has supported her over decades. These acknowledgments reflected her awareness that success is never solitary. It is nurtured through collaboration, encouragement, and shared effort. Recognizing those who helped shape her journey highlighted the relational nature of her career and the importance of honoring the contributions of others. By openly sharing appreciation, she reinforced the idea that farewells are not only about endings, but also about acknowledging the people who make the journey meaningful. This public gratitude deepened the emotional impact of her exit and reminded viewers of the relational bonds that give work and life their richness. A collective sense of loss. The audience response to Kelly's farewell was immediate and profound. Fans expressed sorrow, shared memories, and reflected on their own experiences of loss and transition. Social media platforms were filled with heartfelt tributes, clips of memorable moments, and stories of how she had touched viewers' lives. The intensity of the reaction underscored the unique bond Kelly built with her audience over decades. Her departure was more than a professional shift. It symbolized the end of a shared chapter in the lives of millions. People resonated with her honesty, reflecting on how her presence had become intertwined with their own routines, emotions, and moments of growth. A farewell that resonates. Kelly Ripa's exit was more than a goodbye. It was an invitation for reflection, empathy, and gratitude. Fans witnessed not only the end of an era in daytime television, but also a profound human experience of emotion, vulnerability, and connection. Her tears, words, and gestures communicated the value of authenticity and presence in a world often driven by performance and expectation. While her career on the show concluded, the lessons from her farewell, love, resilience, and the courage to embrace change, remain for anyone navigating life's transitions. The memory of her presence, humor, and sincerity continues to inspire, offering both comfort and guidance to those who have followed her journey with admiration and affection. The lasting legacy. Kelly's legacy extends beyond ratings, awards, or television milestones. It resides in the warmth, humor, and authenticity she brought into millions of homes each day. Her farewell showcased a career built on genuine connection, trust, and emotional transparency. Fans will remember not only the moments of entertainment, but also the moments of sincerity, laughter, and reflection that made her presence so impactful. Her departure is both a celebration of what she accomplished and a reminder of the human stories behind television, demonstrating that influence is measured not solely by fame, but by the ability to touch lives meaningfully.